YouTube, the new box, just released another Burning Abyss support. I guess Konami wants me to keep making Burning Abyss videos, huh? So, if you're sick and tired of Burning Abyss videos, get ready for more. Let's go! So, first of all, I first didn't expect new BA support. First of all, like, we got 3 supports already, you know, 3 waves of support. We got the first main box, then the second main box with the Rhino, and then we got tour guide, and then we also got some exceeds like breaksword and stuff, and now we finally got BA-TRICE. Konami said like, fuck that shit, we gotta make BA best deck. And I was not ready, so I didn't have gems prepared at all, you know. And I went into the box, I had a couple hundred gems from the KCGT, which is going on right now. BA-TRICE in 5 packs. Yeah, you heard it right, I am the chosen one. Anakin, you were the chosen. Yeah, I am the fucking chosen one. Let's go. And not just that that I got 2 BA-TRICE in 5 packs. I also, one of them is prismatic, by the way. You can't see it here, fuck. You will see it in later. But yeah, I got 1 BA-TRICE prismatic as well. So yeah, I think that shows well how lucky I was. Of course, that does happen once in a lifetime, you know. I had terrible luck afterwards. But yeah, well, I'm gonna take it for myself, and yeah, that's basically the intro. Now, this is my current list, and the thing is, it's kind of tough, because as you can see, we are not playing any back row anymore, besides back row removal. And we decided to play a thicker version. We're playing stuff like Libic and Alish, which is, you know, strange. It's much more different than the trap heavy version. Why? Because this does change your strategy. This completely changes your strategy, because now we have an actual boss monster, which we want to, you know, yeah, we have Sure and Virgin, but that's not, you know. This is the actual boss monster, and here it is, Prismatic BAE-TRICE, Lady of the Eternal. But yeah, the thing is, we're not playing back row, because I would say back row isn't that good in this meta. Because first of all, DDDs kinda don't struggle that much against back row, because first of all, they don't really care about Floodgate, they don't really care that much against Book. You know, they have also Orthrus Pop, they also have the Trap, which the contract, bitch, I don't fucking know what's its name. It pops, so they don't really care about back row. And for that reason, I would say it's not worth playing back row in this meta right now. But I feel like this version is so good. You want to see basically 3+1 or 4 of monsters. You want to see 3 monsters, because in that way you make you first of all make with 2 Dante, and then with 1 more you rank up into BA-TRICE. So yeah, that's basically the new strategy we have, and then you control the board with BA-TRICE and looping your resources and stuff. So yeah, that's amazing. I think this deck is so good. I would potentially say this is the best deck right now. Like, it's either this or DDDs. I think DDDs is much easier to play with and navigate, and that's why it is performing still well, and people think it is the best deck. But from a couple players that actually do play this deck, I think, you know, it is winning tournaments, and I do think it's potentially the best deck. Yeah. So let's now quickly just go through the monster ratios. You want tour guide, it speaks for yourself. 3 Skarm, it's your main searcher. 3 Fiendish Rhino Warrior, it's amazing because it is basically any of your Burning Abyss monster, plus it makes your monsters indestructible, Fiend type monsters. We're playing 1 Kytrade because it's nice to have it as protection in the graveyard, and also it can be sent now with BA-TRICE in case you need it, of course. 3 Farfetch standard, Now we are playing a lot of monsters. Like I said, you want to play a bigger list, first of all, because you don't want to mill, you know, everything, and second of all, we want to see 3 monsters, so we're playing 3 Libic. I think Libic is very underrated because it can summon a monster from the hand. It's basically a vegan for Burning Abyss, and then it's also it negates its effects, so you can basically go with Cheer and then have a game with it. And BAE-TRICE, I think it's amazing. I think it also enables you a lot of survival plays if needed, and also it enables you, like I said, summoning a monster alongside BAE-TRICE. So yeah. Then we're playing double Alich. I think 1 Alich is probably enough, but I think 2 is probably optimal, because what if you sometimes mill already 1, so you want to have another one in the deck. It's basically another negate. You first of all have a Farfa Banish, Farfa Banish, and then you have also Alich negate, which means you can potentially with BAE-TRICE do 2 things, you know, which is amazing. Then we're playing double Rubik. It's basically you know, your monster that goes into the Virgin, just a tuner. And then we're playing 1 Barbar. Barb can be pretty goated because it deals some damage, and then, you know, it adds up. Like if you burn them 2 times, it's 900 damage. Then you maybe, you know, go in with Nightmare Shark. You know, it can be a pretty nice boost, or, you know, getting rid of their life points. And then also with just a big monster, you know, 1700, and also just a Burning Abyss monster, another name. So yeah, that's basically it. This is the deck list. I am playing 1 Galaxy Cyclone because it's pretty nice against Pendulum decks in general, because you do have the MSD effect and also the pop. I'd maybe consider playing 2 if I had to, but yeah. But yeah, anyways, this is the deck list. Now it is time to duel. Actually, this is the extra deck, I didn't show it. I think 1 Virgin, 2 Dante, 2 BAE-TRICE, 1 Breaksword, and 1 Nightmare Shark is the way. Now, a lot of people are playing 3 BAE-TRICE. I can't even test it out because I only have 2, but I would probably stick to this. I like Breaksword and I like Nightmare Shark, so I'm basically very happy about this extra deck, and nothing much I would change. But yeah, now it is time to duel. Now you may be wondering, should I invest into this deck? I think, like, if you want this deck, if you like this deck, then yes. But the thing is, I feel like this deck is a bit not so linear. It's not linear at all, I would say, besides, you know, making BAE-TRICE turn 1, BAE-TRICE pass. Yes, the first thing is linear, but besides that, or going second, I would say it's not linear at all. So you may not like it, of course, you know, that's the issue. If you like control decks, you know, I love this deck. I absolutely adore this deck, you know. So it's not even a question for me, should I invest into this deck, you know. Like, I'm gonna invest into this deck, you know, already know. They could release anything, I'm gonna, for the Burning Abyss, I'm gonna invest into it, you know, because I love the deck. But for you, maybe it's not the best decision, you know. It's not the cheapest deck at all, and also the trap heavy version, after, like, if DDDs get nerfed, the trap heavy version may get, you know, might become optimal. In other words, it may become even more expensive, the Burning Abyss. So yeah, that is a thing, that is a factor you should factor in. I don't know why he Dweller's here, but okay, we take those. It wouldn't matter, I would say. He preemptively activates Dweller now, which is a good decision. We can now go into Dante, make the BAE-TRICE. We don't mill here because there's really no reason for, because all of our effects are negated. Like I guess we could have, you know, thin out the deck and do some stuff, but I think it's better to have more materials under the BAE-TRICE here. So he goes for the econ take. Okay, so it would matter potentially if he kept the material on the Dweller. Yeah, he probably messed up. But we do be taking those, you already know. We can Farfa banish, and that should be easy game. So the thing is now, as you can see, we have quick play. Just dip anything into the, into the freaking graveyard. And look how much resources we have. This is the thing, you build the resources so well, especially when you know how to balance them, Dante gets back another card, Scarm searches, Cheer floats, that's so good. Farfa banish, literally delete their monster. This is why it's one of the, okay, I don't know what was that. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, let's not mention it. I did this to showcase to you the mistake that can happen. The thing is, Beatrice is not a Burning Abyss monster, so your Burning Abyss monsters get destroyed. But yeah, we're still kind of chilling, we don't have to do anything. We're completely fine because we have millions of resources left. Also, Beatrice floats, by the way, into the Virgil, which can be potentially even harder to deal with for some opponents. We can just keep yoinking their stuff. We can float into Dante, make another Beatrice. This is so good because you can reuse your Dantes. We can Barbar burn and just go for game. Very simple. This deck goes through the back row very well. The thing can be, big monsters can be an issue, but that's why you play, I would say, Nightmare Shark. So yeah, I think this is potentially the best deck. Yeah, I don't know why I said, said it like that. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. But yeah, this deck basically does everything. It can pop cards, it can banish monsters, it can go through the back row very well. Also, I would say it's hard for the best decks to counter it well. I think it's the best deck, to be honest. Now, maybe DDD is up there as well, but yeah, I'd argue that Burning Abyss is better because Burning Abyss can side deck 3 3 Spring, Magical Spring, which makes the matchup much better for Burning Abyss. So yeah, I would argue that Burning Abyss is the best deck right now. And yeah, let's see. Anyways, here, so this is if you open Rhino or Tour Guide. I think first of all you save the Tour Guide for last, because if they flip you or do anything to you, you can still go in. Necro Valley can be pretty tough, not gonna lie, but we can still potentially do some damage. Let's see. So we mill Rhino, which is pretty nice. We can Farfa banish, so we don't really interact with the graveyard here. We only activate effects in the graveyard. And now we can go in with Tour Guide. He does have Forbidden Chalice, which is interesting. He hold it off until now. We can now rank up into Beatrice, and that should be pretty easy game because, yeah, he shouldn't have, he should have a nice out to Beatrice. Like, sure, he can search for anything he wants, he can fusion again, but we can banish still, We even waited for him to summon the Supernaturalist. Now we can banish, and that's gonna be easy clap. See, this is the power. Even when we, drew into Kite Raid, which you don't want to, basically, you want to mill it. We still have so much resources, even with Necro Valley on the field, so much resources. We can make Beatrice. That's the thing about the deck, it gains so much resources, and it also does everything you need, It doesn't really have that glaring weakness, I would say. That's why it is so good, I would say. Of course, maybe I am biased because I'm a BA enthusiast. Just kidding, I'm not biased. BA best deck, let's go! But yeah, I really like BA. I think it just wins against a lot of decks. Beatrice Pass is so good. And also, even if you go into back row going second or into monster effect negations, you can still power through it because you have so many, you know, monsters in hand. So yeah. So this is the standard thing you want to do. You want to end up on BAE-TRICE pass plus tour guide in hand, and hopefully, you know, a back row removal here instead of the Rubik. But this is still fine, you know. This is still a great turn 1. And now we have 3 effects from the BAE-TRICE. In the end phase we can first of all Scarm to get another search. I guess I forgot again about that. I mean, I wanted to show you again that happens. We can break sword pop the Necro Valley. We can also activate BAE-TRICE to cheer revive the Dante. We can also with Dante, this is so good. See how much resources we're gaining. We can also Farfa banish, delete the monster, go for another BAE-TRICE, Libic summon. This is the thing I was saying about Libic. We can summon the cheer, and now because his effects are negated on the field, he still activates when sent to the graveyard, but on the field his effects are negated, which means he can stay on the board with your BAE-TRICEs. But yeah, we didn't really feel any delays, so we played around. With this, we play around Destiny Draw first of all, and also Drowning or Wall of These and stuff like that. Wall of These nuts. But yeah, it was a dead card, so we will just take the dub. Okay, so we're playing against Galaxy Eyes. Galaxy Eyes can be problematic, but the thing is they aren't as consistent as we are. And we have a much better first turn than they do. So this is their, you know, turn 1. They make the Photon Lord, which is a searcher plus a negate, and double back row. That's the best turn 1 they can have. That's pretty goated, not gonna lie. So we, fortunately for us, we have an MST. We can, first of all, this is what I'm saying. First of all, you go with your boys, and then you wait basically for the tour guide, because even if they flip, you can still go in with tour guide, you know. Whereas here, if they flip, you can't really go in with your BA monsters from the hand. So that's why you wait with the tour guide. He does negate here. This is the good thing that we wanted him to do. He negated the Dante, which doesn't matter because he already, you know, he mills. Mill is the cost. Mill isn't his effect, you know. As you can read here, you can detach one exceed material, send the numbers, and then his effect is he gains the attack. That's his effect. The cost is sending the, you know, cards to the graveyard. In other words, if they Fiendish Chain, if they Chalice, if they do any kind of negation to Dante, you will still mill because that's his cost, you know, that's not his effect, which is great to know and great to showcase, which we wanted him to do, because first of all we get the resources back with Dante, second of all we can banish his dude, and finally we can potentially go for game with tour guide now. So Cheer can float into the Dante, we can Mind of the Plana first, we can go in with tour guide, and because his back row is dead, you usually want to go with you usually always go with a Rhino from the tour guide, but here I felt like it was good to go with the Scarm because we already milled 2 Rhino. So yeah, you usually always go with the Rhino, and now we can just make a BAE-TRICE and go on for game. Minus 150 KEKW and GG. We were a bit lucky and we were carried by him throwing, but we still ended up, you know, we still we still showcased how we can OTK through that board, which is amazing. And we showcased how good, how good. And I would say the power of this deck is that it's not frail. Like most decks can feel so frail, and that's why they're not so good. They can just disrupt them once, or how to play against them, and they just lose. Whereas this deck is so good, it's so powerful, it's so good. Yeah, I don't know how to say it better. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this deck if you enjoy the type, on the playstyle. I would say you watch the replays like this video and other videos maybe potentially, and then you can see what the deck exactly does, and then you can know for yourself, if it looks fun and if you would like to build it for yourself. But here we have the perfect hand basically, because we can go in with 2 monsters. Actually, basically the best hand would be if we had Skarm here, so we could keep 3 materials under the BAE-TRICE. But this is still, the amazing hand. We get back the tour guide, and next turn we can pop 1 back row. We can maybe potentially force another back row, and control the board easily with BAE-TRICE, which is already on the field. Now we allow him to go for this play. We Farfa now because we assume Scythe don't really have follow-up. He does have 2 back row, which is pretty nice for him, not gonna lie. And he does get a Surge back, but yeah, we also get the Surge first of all. Then we're also gonna get another resource from the Dante. Then we also have the tour guide. This is the power. We just overwhelm the opponent with the amount of advantage we build. So fast even. This is our 2nd turn. We can break sword, pop the back row. It was another cosmic. We can mill the cheer summon Libic summon from the hand, BH summon send, get back the Farsh. And with Mind of the Plana we can go on for the OTK plays with the Virgin. Also, we know his hand is dead, he doesn't have a hand trap because he searched a card. So we can easily just go for game. We don't have to do anything special here. We don't have to go for optimal plays. So yeah, this video hopefully showcases well what is the goal of the deck. What do you want to do? You want to make the BAE-TRICE and pass, and basically control the board with BAE-TRICE, and also you build the board around BAE-TRICE. Then you can't forget that your BAE-TRICE isn't a Burning Abyss monster, so it means you're gonna have to play around that. But yeah, I really love this deck. I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, I'm kinda said it like 5 times already, 10 times. I kinda said it like 5 times already, 10 times. I'm kinda tired, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Another Burning Abyss video, BAE-TRICE best deck. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.